Hello everyone! It's been a long time! Well, it's been 2 days, but it felt like a long time. So, I'm back. Sorry for the fact there wasn't any videos over the weekend. The reason why, or did I on Friday either? No, there was one on Friday, but I didn't tell you about what happened on Friday night, so I'll be doing that later. But yes, there wasn't any video over the weekend, mainly because there wasn't much that happened. And I thought, well, I could sit here and give you a video about telling you nothing and boring you till you die. But then I thought, why would I do that? Would I watch it? No. So, post something that I would watch. So I waited until now, so I've got some more things to say. So that is why there was no video for the weekend, and partly the fact that I was going everywhere and anywhere on the weekend, lots and lots of places. So yes, Friday night, last Friday night, we're dancing on tabletop. No, I wasn't dancing on tabletops, but other people were, because I went to see my cousin in her end of course performance, and they did the musical Spring Awakening. Now, Spring Awakening, for those of you who aren't who don't know it, is a really it's a bit it's quite dark, and it has and sexually expletive. So you combine those two things together and you get an awesome musical with pop rock songs, and it's not like normal musicals where they just burst into song as talking to each other just randomly. They use the songs as like a pause and as an inner monologue. It's utterly superb the way they did it, and I now adore it. It's now my dream before I die to perform in some sort of version of Spring Awakening. It's so good, and the songs from it are astounding. My personal favourites that I'm playing at the moment, or keep going on in my head, are... The first thing that's coming to my head is No Good Deed, but that's from Wicked, wrong musical. Guilty Ones, which is lovely. It's quite nice to sing as well. I've been singing them as well. I sing. And Those We've Known, or Those You've Known. Those You've Known is what it's called, and that's the penultimate song. It's a bit tingly. It's a very sort of melancholy, but in a really good way. I'm a sucker for tragedy or melancholiness. I don't know why though, because I'm always such a happy guy. But if there's a play or a musical and it's a tragedy, I'm pretty much bound to love it. I love tragedy. Tragedy. When your pants fall down and you hit the ground, it's tragedy. Yes, so guess what I haven't done? I even said to myself just before I started recording to make a note of the time, but I didn't. But it's now 2 minutes till 2:30, so I can just time it from there and cut it a bit short, and then have the bit at the beginning will be a bit... it's gonna work, it's fine. Okay, so yes, and then on Saturday I went about, and then I was babysitting on Saturday evening for one of the my church friends. My chair, it's really annoying when it breaks. Well, it doesn't break, it just sort of comes loose or something. It's weird. So I was babysitting for her two young boys. They're amazing. I love them. just brilliant. They don't cause trouble. They do as I ask, mostly. But I think the most fun that I have when I go over there is when I put them to bed and then I get to tell them a bedtime story, because they constantly ask for a bedtime story. Not once have I gone there and they haven't wanted one. So it's a tradition now. And so last Saturday's one was about, because I didn't have any that I'd like pre-thought of, I had to think it up on the spot. So I was like, okay, what shall it be about? What shall it be about? And then they were like, ooh, about a world-class assassin, or an assassin of some sort. And then I was like, okay, cool. And what should we call him? And then the other one was like, well, obviously I know. And so I was like, well, obviously, you know, it should be obviously. We'll call him Obviously, Ob for short. So I told the adventure of Ob, and his adventure into he's working for the government, and he has to go and infiltrate a big criminal organisation and rise to the top and then disband it from within. So it was very good. It's very good. It hasn't finished yet, so I'm going to have to try and remember it for next time so I can continue it. Because the last time I went there, I started a story and I said, okay, and next time we'll continue it. Completely forgot everything to do with it, so I had to make up a new one. So that was that. That was a great time. And then I just got to lay on the sofa reading Lord of the Rings until the host arrived back home. And that was fun. And then I got to drive back in the dead of night. Really nice. Looking at my notes, because I can't remember anything about what happened in the last few days. My uncle and cousin arrived yesterday, which was good. Well, it's nice seeing the family, because I haven't seen that uncle or cousin in ages, so that's nice. And they're staying here for the whole week, actually, because my cousin has managed to get some work experience in John Lewis, or my mum helped her get it because she works in John Lewis head offices, and so she's going to work with the design team for the week, so that's going to be fun. So yes, so they're there, and I now have family here, so I might not be able to get as many videos out as I might like to, because I might get roped in to do family stuff. But family stuff is good. Family stuff is good. And then today, how can I keep looking back to this, I already know what I'm saying. Today I had my psychology retake exam. Yeah. And it actually went quite well. I was pleased. Last time I didn't answer all the questions, and I was just like, what is this? How can I answer that? No, this is no good. Whereas this time I was just like, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. And that's sort of been the way that I have been taking all my exams at the moment, which I really like. It's really good. So I like walk into the exam hall, sit down, sit there, give a quick pray, please help me be calm, help everyone be calm, and when we see the questions, just to see the question and then just be like, okay, yes, that's what I'm doing. And that's what's been happening. So that's good. I keep looking at my notes. This is that I hate looking at notes. If I plan something, writing it down is good, but I like writing it down just as an aid to stick it in your head. Looking at notes, I despise. When I'm giving a speech, I really don't like giving notes, reading notes. I like just knowing my speech. So, although if it's a long one, like I gave a sermon once, that was fun. I gave a sermon and I can't remember how long it lasted, but it was long enough that it warranted having some notes just to make sure that I remembered the topic that I was going on to. That was really good. I loved doing that. I like public speaking. As I've said before, I want to do that more. I adore it. Some might say that I have a lust for power with that. I think I do have a bit of a lust for power. But I've also got that sort of slight fear of that lust. Like, I'm not being modest, not trying to be over-exaggerative and boasting here. I'm talented enough in what I'm talented in. I know what I'm doing, if I say I know what I'm doing. I can handle stuff, and yet... What do you mean? What do I mean, and yet? Ignore that, scrap that. But... So if I did get in, like, have a position of power, like when I was a patrol leader or senior patrol leader or leading a group, I can do that. So, but it's like a slight fear of like me abusing it, even though in the past, when I've held positions of responsibility, I haven't abused it. But that fear still like stays there. It's weird. It's weird. Anyhow, it's coming close to 10 minutes from where I marked the time, so I'm going to end it here for purposes of it not getting too long. So hopefully I'll have more stuff to talk about next time. Maybe I'll go further into that power lust thing, maybe deepen it, and also I need to think of a summer project. So until then, Tiwanana!